How is leader chosen in Islam?
AlMaghrib Institute presents Q&A with Sheikh Waleed Basyouni.
The leader of the Muslim, and I mean by the leader here, the political leader, the head of the state. And the head of the state can be named Khalifa, can be named Amir al-Mu'mineen, can be named king, can be named president, can be named whatever name you want to give him. Whatever name. If you notice in the Prophet ﷺ time, after he died, Abu Bakr was known as Khalifa to Rasulullah. Umar was the Khalifa of Khalifa to Rasulullah. Then after that it became Amir al-Mu'mineen. They didn't even use the word Khalifa. Ali ibn Abi Talib, this is Khalifa al-Mu'mineen. No, it became Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen kada. Then later on you see Dhahabi when he wrote the biography of Imam or Muawiyah radiallahu anhu arda, he said, أعظم ملوك الإسلام, the greatest king in Islam. And the Umayyads, the Abbasis, they had many different titles, and maybe Sultan and things of that nature. So the name is not really a big deal, because some people said, oh, he must have a name or title as Khalifa. No, it's not true. Actually, you can name him whatever you want to name him, even a prime minister, whatever the name is. So that's number one. Number two, I would like to say that the nature of the relationship between the ruler and the citizen, it's like any contract. So it's a contract between the citizen of certain people or group or country and the person who will be in charge of it. So that contract between them means that this person will be in charge of two things in Islam. Number one, the welfare of the people, and that will include safety, protection. So he will be in charge of providing the protection for the country, for the borders, make law and order and so forth. Also, he is responsible for the welfare of the people, for the economic stability. So he create a good economy, providing job opportunities, a system for people to trade, to have market, to be safe to exchange wealth and to export or import goods between them and other nations. All this is, he must maintain that system where life can function. That's a big role for the president to play in Islam, in the society, as well as to provide a system that will provide a sense of justice between people. And justice is an essential thing when it comes to the role of ruler in Islam. On the other hand, also, he is responsible for protecting the morality of the society. And the top of that list will be the religion. So he protecting the respect of the religion, the freedom of practicing the religion, of the respecting the deen itself and the sign of Islam and so forth. Protecting the deen from being attacked, from being changed, the Muslim from being prosecuted for their religion. So that is our religious duties. And also part of that is to make sure that the salah is established. الَّذِينَ إِن مَّكَّنَّاهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ أَقَامُوا الصَّلَاةَ. Those, if we give them power over people, they will make sure that the salah established, that the people fast, the zakat been collected, and basically the poor taken care of. So there is a religious duties and there's a worldly duties. And both are important. That's why ulama rahimahullah said, like Ibn Hazm, and this is something Ibn Taymiyyah supported it, he said that Allah will give victory for a just secular government over a Muslim unjust government. So a Muslim but unjust ruler, while basically will not be someone that Allah support and Allah will save his kingdom, but Allah might save and give victory and support to a secular government who implement justice among its people and its citizens. Why? Because al-adl asasul mulk, justice is the foundation for ruling. This is the way he's elected or the way he rules, how long he stays. Is it 40 years? Is it, in the old days, he stays for a very long time. There's no system, there's no tap. Can we change this today and say there's a time period, limit, terms? Yes, it's a contract, so we can do whatever we want and we agree upon, and that contract, which is we know today in the modern language, the Constitution. So Islam looked at this concept in a very early time and how this issue can be approached. He can be elected by the masses, elected by a specific group of people, by the parliament, that's also allowed. there's many other forms of rulings. Islam also approved it, like monarchy system, for example. That was a system that existed in the Umayyads, the Abbasis, the Ottomans. And the monarchy system, it is acceptable, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the Bani Israel kings. They inherit the kingdom from one another, and it was allowed as long as the leaders and the people accept that ruler and give their allegiance to that ruler, and basically so appointing him, that's one step, but more important than appointing him, than the approval of the society for that appointee. If they rejected him and they don't accept him, he will not be basically a ruler, and that's what's called al-bay'ah and the ahl al-hal wal-aqd. I hope that's just give you an idea of this concept, which is a beautiful concept in Islam, the issue of how to choose a ruler. Uthman radiallahu anh was elected by the general public, and Umar was appointed by Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu arda, but the public later on approved that appointee of Umar, of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu arda. So Ali was chosen by a group of leaders among the Muslim community and the leaders of tribes and leaders of the state at that time. So you see, the point is that the person who's in charge have a general acceptance by the society, and at the same time a person who willing to fulfill the role of the rulers in the society. More can be said a lot about this, and this is one of the most interesting topics that I hope a lot of more research to be written in it, because this is one of the areas that, in my opinion, was not fully developed over the centuries. And many people who wrote about these issues are either very idealistic, live in some other world, and not very practical in their approach. They live in kind of dream world and like utopia, or people who are heavily influenced by Western or Eastern civilizations, people who come from reactions and anger at the world and the history. So there's people comes with a lot of bid'ah as well in this area. So there's a lot of mixed kind of writing, and it's very rare to find actually a good writing about this topic, and I hope there's more research to be developed, especially in the light of modern political science that we have today.